and it's about turkey. I'm going to be interviewing my Aunt Sarah Crespi, who is my grandma's older sister. What city did you live in?
I lived in Ankara, Ankara, Turkey.
What was school like in Ankara, Turkey?
It was very nice. I went to school when I was 5 years old, and when I was 10, I came to the United States.
What did you play with as a kid?
As a kid, we had the dolls. We didn't have dolls like they have in the States. I had a rag doll. My mother used to made one, and she with charcoal, she made the mouth, the ears, the nose, everything. That's all what I had. We didn't have too many toys in Ankara.
What kinds of houses did you live in?
Oh, they were very nice houses. We had beautiful courtyards with trees, with fruits, and the bathroom. The bathroom was in the courtyard, not like the ones we have here. It was on the outside in the courtyard. And they had beautiful kitchens in the courtyard. They had kitchens. And we had nice bedrooms. And we used to sleep on the floor with mattresses. We didn't have beds. Only they had beds. They used to borrow it from one another when they gave birth. They used to use that bed. That's the only time. Otherwise, everybody slept on the floor.
What kinds of things did you have in your houses that were different from in America?
Oh, we didn't have too many things like we have here. They had beautiful, not furniture like we have here, couches. We didn't have. They used to make their own benches all around the house with mattresses, with pillows, nice, very nice, and we had tables, and people used to come to visit all the time. We always had visitors at night. We had a good time. It was a very happy place, and we in the house we used to speak Spanish. In school we learned English. We learned French, and outside of the house we used to speak Turkish because that was the language from the country, Turkey.
Was life different from Turkey than here?
Oh, of course, it was different. Here you have more, what can I say, more things to look forward to. And we came to the States for more opportunity, and everything it's easier. And the country wasn't very rich country. It was a poor country. And the women never worked. The men only, whatever they made, they used to get along. There were some people, they were a little bit richer than others. But still and all, they always got along whatever they made, the husbands made. And the children, they were grown very nicely and respectful. Not like the children here. And what else can I say? And the Turks were very friendly to the Jewish people. We are descendants from the Spanish Inquisition. We are Jewish, and Turkey was the first country that opened their doors and took these people that were chased out from Spain. They were very friendly to the Jews. They were good to the Jewish people. They used to visit each other. They used to come to our synagogues to see what was, everything was very nice. We never had trouble with the Turkish people. They were in that country. We had Armenians, Greeks, and Gentiles. But the Gentiles were very, very bad to the Jews. They always used to, whenever they used to come out of their church on Sundays, they always thought that the Jews killed Christ. And when they used to come out of church, they used to come out very, very excited. Who knows what the priests used to preach in their church? They used to break all the windows from our section, and it was very bad. They couldn't do anything about it. But thank God, now they know that the Jews didn't kill Christ. They're much better. They don't break windows anymore.
What did you eat?
We used to have wonderful fruits. We had wonderful vegetables. We used to eat a lot of things that are very healthy. We had eggplant, we had okra, spinach, and a lot of leeks, a lot of beautiful vegetables. When we came to the States, they didn't even know about these things. Now they know. And the place we used to get our vegetables. There were a lot of farmers. They used to bring their vegetables to the market. The men used to go shopping. Women never shopped in Ankara. The women were home ladies. They used to take care of their children and their other chores. And so the women used to, the men used to bring the things to the house, and the women used to cook, and they were nice when and then at the end of the day, they used to wait for their husbands to come home, and they had supper, and it was a very wonderful life. It was an easy life, and we had everything we wanted, good things. And the place was built on a mountain. Everybody was healthy. They had beautiful cheeks, wonderful red cheeks, the people there. And many times we used to go to, in the summertime, we used to go to the picnics. There were a lot of lakes in Ankara. We used to cool off our things in the water. The cucumbers, tomatoes, everything we wanted to eat at the picnic, everything was put in the lake, either with pots or certain things, so it won't go down the drain, like we say. And we didn't have frigidaires in Ankara. Maybe now they must have whatever, it's more modern. At my time, the Ankara, we used to have cold cellars, and they used to put their food, whatever they cooked for a day or two, they used to put it in baskets and cover it so no mice or anything would go to it. And that's the way we lived. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And what else can I say? What else?
Was life easy when you came here?
When we came here, it wasn't so easy because we didn't know the language. And I went to school. I learned French in school. When I came to the States, it was easy for me because French is almost arithmetic and the letters is like English. So they put me in 4B right away. In 4 years, I graduated in 8B. It was, but in Europe we had a girls' school and a boys' school. The boys we never mixed. that we had separate schools in Turkey. There was the Turks used to go to different schools. Every nationality, they had their own schools. And we, the Jews, had our own school. We had a beautiful synagogue. It's beautiful. People used to come from all over to look at that the structure that we had in Turkey. It was a good life, but we came to the States for more the opportunities and live easier. But the beginning wasn't so easy. It was very hard for the people that came in the 1912. It was very hard. There weren't so many opportunities for the people that came. I'll tell you about my father. My father came.
How did you come to America?
To America, I came when I was 10 years old, and my father came in 1912, and we came in December 5th, 1913. My father came first by himself, and we were left in Ankara, the whole family. And when my father sent the tickets for the family, we should come in 1913, and my mother sold everything, whatever she had, to have a few dollars coming here. And we landed in Istanbul. When we left Ankara, we landed in Istanbul. We were there 2 weeks. Then we were waiting for the boat to come to the United States. And it came a little too late. Then we went to Greece. That's a port where the big boat was coming, that we could go to the United States. And finally we went there, and we stayed there for 2 weeks also, till the boat came. And we didn't have no money. We had a lot of trouble. My mother didn't have money. We were suffering, the 4 kids. We were 4 of us. And finally, when we went into the boat, when the boat came, and my mother didn't have no money to pay the guy from the hotel, and she only had a few cents, and everybody, there were other people from the same town that came at the same time to the States, and they went, and we were left there in the hotel. So the fellow was, my mother said, I have no money, I only have a few cents. He said, don't worry, give me what you have, take your children and go with your husband. And so we went into the boat. My mother got sick. She went into the hospital, and I got sick also, and I was throwing up all the time. I couldn't eat. We had the baby 1.5 years with us. Some friends took care of the little one, and the other ones we used to take care of ourselves. And the only thing I could eat was garlic and bread. That's what kept me for 3 weeks on the boat. I didn't throw up. Only that I could eat. But they had a lot of food on the boat, but I couldn't eat it. And I was sick all the time. And then when we came here, my father, when we arrived on December 5th, 1913, my father was waiting for us. And the first thing he gave us was bananas. We never had bananas in my country. So we came to, he prepared 2 rooms for us on Ludlow Street, an apartment. And then we lived there for a little while. Then we moved to a bigger apartment. And that's how, and I went to school. The rest of the ones, they were still small. They couldn't go to school. And I was the only one that went to school for a while. Then the other ones became of age. They went to school. Yes.
Were your things on the boat, like, to come here?
Oh yes, my mother was. She brought a few things. She brought a carpet, I think, and a few pillows. And we didn't have much, many things. Clothes with a few clothes that we had to bring it. Then when we came here, then my father bought things for the children, and we were dressed, and then that's how life was. My father didn't make much money until I graduated school. And I went to work, and I used to help the family. And then I met a boyfriend, and I got married.
In Turkey, in Ankara, did the schools go up to college, or?
No, there weren't any colleges in Turkey, but they used to teach us. Just like high school, everything in French you have to be fluently, and then you became teachers if you wanted to. It was very. They used to send the teachers from Istanbul to Ankara to teach us French. We had teachers coming from different countries to teach us. And then a lot of them they left Turkey. They went to Istanbul. From Istanbul, they went to Israel.
How did you wash your clothes?
The clothes, the women, they used to hire help, and they used to they used to rent a donkey, and they put the clothes on the donkey, and the pots, the wash had to be boiled, and they used to bring, to make a fire, they used to bring some of the coal, whatever they used to there, and they used to wash and the clothes and boil it, and then they used to have a potcher, bang, bang, bang. They didn't have much of detergents. They had something, I don't know what they called it, but and then they used to patch it with a what do you call this thing? With they used to patch the clothes. That's the old time, and then they used to glue it, and it was that wash used to come white as snow. And then they didn't have any lines or something. They used to spread the clothes on the trees, on the grass, and dry it by the sun, and it was beautiful clothes. And also they used to make all the clothes by dressmakers, even underwear, dresses. We didn't have ready stores that had ready clothes. The men's, the tailors used to make their men's clothes, and the women used dressmakers. They used to make the dresses. They used to, whenever a bride was going to get married, they used to make the trousseau for them. You couldn't buy nothing you could buy there. Everything was homemade.
Did you have a lot of clothes?
Well, we had change a few times, of course. We didn't have too much, but we had clothes, clean clothes.
How often did you wash the clothes?
Well, they used to go about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They used to hold the clothes. They couldn't go all the time to the lakes, especially in the winter time. In the summer, they used to go more often to wash clothes. In the winter, they used to take about 2-3 weeks. And because the lakes used to get frozen, they had to chop the ice out to go to get the water. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't so easy. We didn't have steam in Ankara. We had stoves with pipes. From one room to another, they had pipes, and we had they had good bedding, warm bedding, and at Saturdays didn't touch. We were Orthodox. We couldn't light anything. Some gypsies used to come around and light the stoves for us in the winter time. Also, they used to light in the summertime. They used to light so we could warm up some food. And the only thing that we could give them was bread or fruit or something. And no money. We wouldn't give them money.
Did you have any jewelry?
Oh, there was plenty of jewelry, whoever could afford it. There was a lot of gold in Turkey. That I had everything, beautiful watches with chains. The men used to wear them on their belts, beautiful gold watches. They had rings, they had nice, beautiful gold chains, earrings, whoever could afford it.
How much was the jewelry?
How much? Wasn't too much at that time. At that time, it wasn't too much if you could afford it. If you could even, at that time that it was cheap, some people couldn't afford to get gold chains. There were a lot of people had, but they had beautiful carpets. Everybody had good carpets, Turkish carpets in Ankara. In every room we had carpets. On the walls we had carpets. And it was, we had nice homes, very nice homes.